In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make your engine bay go from this to this. Stick around and I'll tell you how you can do this in about 5 minutes for 20 bucks. All right, everybody, welcome back once again to a video from Audi C7 owners, and this will be a fast one. This is just something I think will be extremely useful for all of you DIYers who lack having a good amount of light in your engine bay when you're working. So if you want to look at my garage, you can see I got a ton of lights around the ceiling, but unfortunately, I mean, it's 11.5-foot ceilings, and it actually doesn't really help me too much in the engine bay. The engine bay is still pretty dark with my hood up. And I've always wanted one of those really nice hood mounted work lights that have like little clamps that clamp to the side of the your hood. But they're so stupid expensive. I think minimum, like the super cheap ones are like 80 bucks, but the really nice ones can get up to like $150 to $300. And so I saw Humble Mechanic talk about this, and then my friend Mark, Savage S4 on Instagram, he also did this, and I was like, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. So all you need for this is this $20 LED from Harbor Freight. And it's not even $20. I mean, with tax, it was like 19 and some change. I got a 4-foot, 5,000 lumen LED light. This is not battery powered, which I did not want battery powered. I wanted something plugged in so I have constant light and not have to worry about that. But this was on sale for about $18 at Harbor Freight. I think retails for $19. It's ultra lightweight. It comes with some chains and some hooks, which you'll see here in a little bit. And this is all you need to mount this to your hood. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So let me show you what areas of your hood you're going to be working with. You're going to be using the side latches of your hood, not your center latch, but your side latches. There's one on each side. You don't have to do anything. You're just going to be running those chains through this. If you only have a center latch, then I'm sure you can use from anything from bungee cords to other means to attach it. You might even be able to put some stick-on Velcro for a permanent fix. But most places have two latches, or I should say, most cars have two latches these days as a safety standard. So this should be pretty easy for almost anybody to do, but specifically with all you C7 owners, it should work for every C7 out there and pretty much any Volkswagen, Audi car that has a decently wide hood. They do sell these in multiple different sizes, so you can shop around and find the one best for you. I found that this 4-foot one was perfect for my engine bay. All right, we've got the light and all of its contents out of the package. So what this comes with is obviously your light, which has the cord already attached. It's got a pull switch for turning it on and off, and it actually has an extension for this because this is technically mounted or supposed to be mounted to the ceiling, but we don't need that extension for what we're doing. It comes with 2 separate chains and 2 hooks for mounting. If we look closely to each end of the light, you've got these little screws with a hole through it. They're Phillips head, and you can turn these around to adjust which way you want that hole facing. I like them perpendicular with the light for what I'm about to do, and that's what these hooks are going to go through so you can attach the chains. So the first thing I'm going to do on both sides of the light is that I'm going to run the little hooks through these eyes, and that way I can go ahead and crimp these down so they don't come off anymore. So I'm going to use a set of needle nose pliers here, and I'm just going to tighten them down. Now keep in mind, if you tighten these a lot, it's going to restrict the movement that these can do going this way. Not by much, I mean, it'll still do it, but it won't be smooth. But I just don't want that to come out, so we're going to do that. All right, now that we've got the hooks mounted to the actual light, we're gonna grab the light and the chains and walk it over to the hood. Here, we're going to take a chain, attach it to one of the hooks, run it through the latch on each side of the hood, and then reconnect it to the hook. And I'm just doing it from end to end, so the last link of each side of the chain hooked to the light. And then after we're done with that, we will get it actually completely adjusted in terms of height on the hood. The next thing I'm going to do now that we've got it mounted completely is I'm going to adjust for height. And so what I do is I just take one end off and I start to pull it all the way up to however high I want, and then I'm going to reattach whatever hook that is back. And I'm going to go down and do it on the other side as well. So you may have noticed that the light itself is kind of aimed towards the front of the car and not down on the engine bay. And the way that I fix that is I use the cord of the light itself. So I'm going to adjust the length of the chains that I have to give me enough room to allow the light to rotate. And then I'm going to use the cord and I'm going to have it go over the top of the chains that it's next to and then back towards the driver's side shock of the hood to be able to connect it to my extension cord. And that should push it to where it, or rotate it to where it aims down at the engine bay. After that, all you have left to do is plug your light into an extension cord, pull the switch, and voila. All right, guys, thanks for staying tuned for another video from LDC7 owners. I know this really wasn't very much car related or whatnot, but I think this is gonna help a lot of people. A lot of people complain about not having enough light and how expensive those kind of lights can be. I'm eventually gonna trim up the chains once I know for certain that's the length I usually wanna do, but I love it. It's so much light and it makes me so happy. But in any case, I should have links to all the products below that you can find them easily. That way, if you don't have a Harbor Freight in your city or whatnot, you can just probably go on Amazon and find these. As always, if you want to help out the channel, check the description below. There are a bunch of links to a bunch of different things that you guys can either buy or use or whatnot that help me at no extra cost to you. But if you guys have any questions about this, leave them in the comments below and stay tuned for some really cool DIYs coming up. We're gonna have that PCV relocation done here in the next few weeks. We're gonna do some other stuff, gonna do a wheel reveal, and just, you know, got a whole lot of stuff on the list that I am going to get to, including an exhaust video, which I know you guys are waiting for. Anyways, happy New Year's, and I will see you on the next one.